Good afternoon. My name is Dan Betzel, president of Betzel Wealth Advisors, and I want to talk to you today about financial planning and the right questions to ask. Just earlier today, I met with a really nice young couple, and the woman looked at me and said, I have to admit to you, I really don't even understand the right questions to ask. There's just so much information out there. And I had to agree with her because there is so much information and misinformation in the media and on the internet. But here's the great news. You don't have to know everything if you just know the right questions to ask. And at our firm, we've come up with 20 must answer questions for your journey toward financial peace of mind. And I just want to talk about the very first one. The very first question that we feel you have to be able to answer to take that first step toward financial peace of mind is question number one. Have you discovered your true purpose for money? That which is more important than money itself. Now, we all know that money is not the most important thing in our lives. We work to get money so that we can do things like support our family, educate ourselves, support causes that are important to us. But it's really important that we have it very clearly articulated in our mind what our true purpose for money is. Let me give you an example. A few weeks ago, I had a client that was struggling whether she should move from her house in one state and move to another state. And I was working with her accountant and with her attorney, and we were talking about spreadsheets and capital gains taxes and how we would make all this happen. And I noticed that my client was just listening very quietly and not saying anything. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I'm afraid we have forgotten the most important question. Why is it that you want to move? And she looked at me and said, well, I'm getting older, as you know, as you can see, and I want to be by my grandchildren. So suddenly for me, it was really easy. And the issues of capital gains tax and what had to be liquidated and the expenses of moving were secondary to the true purpose that she was trying to fulfill, and that was to be near her family. And her true purpose for money, she told me, was love. And she needed to use her funds to make that happen, to move closer to her family so she could be there with them. And this is just one example of how powerful these 20 must answer questions are. Thank you again for listening today. I'll be back next week with my next installment from Betzel Wealth Advisors, and make it a great day and have a wonderful week. Thank you.